Hello everybody and welcome back to Games for Dads, and here we go, another brand new card and another super cool deck review. So brand new card, I think it came out today actually in a cool science pack. Nibiru Cataclysm. There we go, that's a hard word to say. Nibiru Cataclysm. A limited legendary card, quite cheap card to play, 2 for 21, and listen to this. On the draw, your history of the internet cards with return abilities. Wherever they are, gain plus 23 until played. And on the return, your history of the internet cards with draw abilities. Wherever they are, gain plus 23 until played. Well, I love history of the internet. And one thing about this card, if the card like this one actually has a draw and return, I'm thinking you're going to get 46 buff on it. One when you draw this card and one on the return of this card. So that is going to make the history of the internet cards super duper powerful. One of my favourite all-time decks, by the way, this one. I have revisited the old Time Goat deck, Internet Time History deck, and kind of tweaked it. So let's go and check out the deck. I do love it. It is really good. Quite high energy, do warn you. It doesn't work in this week's league, unfortunately. But when we get a league with a bit higher power, this deck is going to rock and roll. So Time Machine, Epic Limited, 8 for 72. On the draw, if your deck has exactly 9 history cards, your science cards, wherever they are, gain plus 15 until played, and vice versa. Not a bad card. So let's have a look at these internet cards, or the history of the internet. 1 red paperclip, 3 for 25, a limited rare card. On the draw, steal 2 energy from your opponent, and on the return, your opponent gains plus 30 next turn. That one's got a draw and a return, so it should in theory get a 46 buff every time we play that new Cataclysm card. www.worldwidewebinfo.cern.sh. On the return, if it's the first turn of a round, your history of the internet cards, wherever they are, gain 18 until played. 8 for 91. Big hitting card, this one. And again, he will get the return part of that buffing card. Really good. Here's that new card. 2 for 21. Limited legendary. I do like it. Next one up is a hold card, kind of. Dial up. On the start, for every round completed this game, your history of the internet cards in hand gain plus 5 until played. Definitely want to be holding that from round 3 onwards. You can play at the beginning of the game, no problem. But definitely start holding it round 3 or probably round 4 if you need the points. Great card though. Birds Aren't Real, another history of the internet. I love this card as well. 8 for 70. It's a legendary limited. It's got the draw function, so it will get half of that buff. If your deck has 4 or more science cards, which it does, your birds and espionage cards, wherever they are, gain plus 24 until played. And we have got 5 espionage cards. We look at those a little bit later on. Speed running. This is a draw, so it will get some of that buff as well. 746. Limited legendary. Look at that tiny writing. On the draw, if it's before round 2, your history of the internet and playtime cards, wherever they are, gain plus 20 until played. If it's before round 4, your history of the internet and playtime cards, wherever they are, gain plus 10 permanently. If it's round 4 or later, your cards, wherever they are, lose minus 5 permanently. So actually there's a few double hits on that card if you work it out, because if it's before round 4, you will get 10 permanently on your internet cards. And if it's before round 2, so if it's round 1, you'll get 30 on your history of the internet cards, 10 of them being a permanent. Interesting combination. Another cool card, the Time Traveling Hipster. I do believe he did time travel. Look at those sunglasses. Look at that cool super dry t-shirt. Definitely out of place, that guy. 5 for 48. It has a return function as well, so it will get a bit of that buff. On the play, if played next to Time Machine, your history of the internet cards in hand gain plus 12 permanently. Really nice. And on the return, if played next to Time Machine, your Futurology cards, wherever they are, gain 15 until play. Well, we don't have any Futurology cards, but certainly the play part, if you play it next to Time Machine, is useful. And the last one, if you don't know what this one is, kids, it's a floppy disk, like an old USB stick. 8 for 78. On the draw, your history of the internet cards in hand gain plus 25 until played. This one's got a draw and a return function, so it's really good. On the return, your history of the internet cards, wherever they are, gain plus 16 until played. Your history of the internet cards will get super duper strong. So only 9 science cards. Let's have a look at the history cards. No surprise, Goatman. He is great. 7 for 54. On the play, if your deck has exactly 9 cards from any album, those cards, wherever they are, gain plus 14 until played. That is great. So that's all of our cards, basically. Dead Drops. Another cool espionage card. 7 for 70, so I went for that one of the high power cards. On the draw, a random card in your hand gains plus 50 this turn, so keep an eye out for that buff. And this card loses minus 50 this turn. The good news is you get it straight back the following turn. So a really cool big hitting card. Lycée de Bézac. Cool lady there. 7 for 30. Just a legendary card, this one. It's a start card as well. An opponent's random card in hand loses minus 19 this turn. You can hold her for as long as you want, but you can also play her. She will get all the espionage buffs as the game goes on. So a good card to have in as one of the 5 espionage cards. And the reason you need 5, mainly because of this guy and another card coming up shortly. Fritz Hubert Duquesne. Love him, miss him. Rare limited card, 6 for 59. On the return, your espionage cards, wherever they are, cost -1 energy until played, which is quite cool. And if your deck has 5 or more espionage cards, your espionage cards, wherever they are, gain plus 10 until played. Well, we've got exactly 5. Cambridge 5, another reason you go with 5. If your deck contains exactly 5 espionage cards, which it does, your espionage cards, wherever they are, gain plus 25 until played. That's a massive buff. And if it's round 5, they gain an additional 5 until played. Good old Cambridge 5. And 5 Eyes. Again, another reason to have 5 espionage cards on the play. 5 of your random espionage cards. So that's all 5 of them, basically. Wherever they are, gain plus 25 permanently. What an amazing card. Do love that one. And then we filled up our deck with some no-brainer history cards, really. P.T. Barnum. Really good guy. 7 for 65. On the draw, if you've not played P.T. Barnum this game, your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 20 permanently. And on the play, for every time you have played P.T. Barnum this game, this card gains plus 40 permanently. And all other cards in both players' hand lose minus 12 for this turn. Great card. Domesday Book, another cool card, 8 for 70. On the draw, for every card played by either player this game, this card gains plus 2 until played, so it gets stronger and stronger. And this one just works nicely. The Library of Alexandria. Sometimes I quite like to hold this until towards the end of the game because the hit you get from it is massive. 6 from 65 on the play. Your history and science cards in hand gain plus 38 this turn. That is incredible. The only downside on the return, this card loses minus 40 until played. Okay, let's go and check out this desk, see if we can get a game going. Just to let you know, we have launched our Battle Arena. Do join our Discord if you're interested in joining us for a Battle Arena game. We'll give you all the details in there. There is a demo game, I believe, should be online now. The guys are putting that one up. Nikki, ooh, nice to see you. I love that avatar, by the way. The little pixie with the bow and arrow. Okay, here we go. I love this deck. Deck code coming up very shortly. So there is that new card straight away, giving us a nice 23 buff on those 2 cards on the draw. And don't forget, on the return, you get another 23. Hello, nice to see you. So let's get P.T. Barnum and maybe 5 Eyes round. There we go, 174. Oh my word, don't tell me we're playing an auto-tune deck. Come on, this is casual. Why is everybody still playing the same boring decks? Let's give him a Santa laugh. He might be playing something different, but it doesn't look like it, does it? Okay, let's keep going. The time traveling hipster I want to hold until Time Machine comes round. That's the best position. Paperclip's good. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? It's got to be the last or the first turn. Let's put him in the first box so he comes around properly. And Dead Drops, obviously, you don't want to play it straight away. I played Lys de Biasac there as well because I didn't really have much choice. 40 behind. Direwolf. Oh, interesting. Interesting. He's got a good deck, though. And there's the Time Machine. So finally, and Goatman as well. So we can get all 3 of our big buffing cards out there on that Their Past Lives Here combo. That's a really good combo. Looking good. Although we are going to lose this round, I think. Oh, that was close, close, close. We only just lost that first round. He's playing a few paleontology cards. This is an interesting deck you've got here, Nibiru. It's definitely not an auto-tune deck. Maybe it's a great dying deck, which could be a bit scary. 4 life on land cards he's got now and 1 paleontology. Okay, so I might hold dial up. I'm going to put dial up round. Normally you would hold it. And the Library of Alexandria, 385. That's a good card, that floppy disk. Probably should have played that one actually, but never mind. Dead Drops is still sitting on our hand. We probably need to use that sometime. These cards do get powerful, by the way, the more the game goes on. He's got an interesting deck. I'm guessing he is playing a great dying deck by the looks of it. He's got loads of paleontology cards in there now. Let's have a look. Anyhow, let's win this turn if we can. 3, 5, 4. Golden Lion, Tamarin, and 2 more paleontology cards. Very interesting. He's keeping up with us though. 3, 5, 4 against his 262. We are about 92 in front. We do need Dead Drops back around again. Oh, and P.T. Barnum. Oh, 23. Only on one of our cards there, but let's play that. We should get the 23 on those 2 cards that we're holding. Yep, great dying. There we go. Okay, we do have a good chance now. His paleontology cards will get a little bit weaker, but obviously his life on land cards will get stronger. Yeah, another 23. The floppy disk got a return and a draw. Why didn't they get the 23? That's a bit weird. It should have done. Okay. Need to check that. Looked like one of the 23 buffs didn't go on that card. I might have missed it. 403. That is getting more powerful. Looking good. It's 1-1 by the way. Oh, Funeral Bell, Douglas Fir, Bothy. What kind of deck is this? Deck code, by the way, EUY9GL. If you do fancy having a go with this deck, I do love it. Like I said, it's one of my all-time favourite decks. Unfortunately, I couldn't play it for a long time because of the power creep, but I'm hoping that new card will make it a little bit more viable. It's looking good at the moment. 400, not mega scores, but we are holding our own consistently 4s and probably going to start hitting 5 and 600 soon. Oh, what's he got? Calucci. That's a good card. 416. This is close. If we can win this round, I think we're in a very comfortable position. Only 155 in front. Oh, Goat Man. Well, what do we do here? We just got to go as big as we can, I think. Let's do that. 4, 3, 1. Oh. I think we might just squeak through. Yes. Well played, Dad of the Goat. That dial-up card we can keep holding now. Just like I said, from round 3 onwards, it's worth holding because you get 10 to 15 points extra on your internet history cards, or history of the internet, I should say. Have a look. Dial up giving 15. There we go. Which is a nice little buff when you've got a few 6, I think we've got. Or 7 maybe. 7 history of the internet cards. That's good. 473. Library of Alexandria is definitely a useful card. Come on. We're 2-1 up. Let's see what we can do here. His cards are going to start getting stronger and stronger. Great Dying is a good deck, by the way. Not sure if he's got the best Great Dying deck, but he's got a good Great Dying deck. Oh, 120 buff on Domesday. Look at that. 214. And Lissy de Biezak is doing a really nice business there. Look at that. 597. That is good. We will get some more buffs as well from that Cataclysm card. I'm liking that card a lot. It works really well in this deck. I think we're going to have a good lead here. Look at that, 204. Dead Drops should get its score back now. So Dead Drops is a good card. And P.T. Barnum, looking at that. And Speed Running is not a floppy disk. Okay, that's why I didn't get the buff. It's not a history of the internet card. How weird. I should have known better. That explains it. Good game anyhow. Well, there we go. I'm loving this deck. Brilliant deck. Absolutely brilliant deck. Don't forget to check out our Battle Arena fun video that we released. Like I said, if you are interested in joining us live for a Battle Arena game, join our Discord server. You will find all the details in there. But in the meantime, have fun. Do try and build this deck, or do try and play History of the Internet, because they are great cards. Take care, everybody. See you soon, and we will be back with another video at the weekend. Bye.